Namaste, my beautiful queens, my beautiful, beautiful souls. I am using today, I will try not to speak too much, but to do the reading. I'm using very deep deck, which I seldom use. Osho Zen Tarot. It's kind of a classical, but kind of not classical. So the question just came to me when I was thinking what I want to do, what reading I want to do for my girls on Patreon, and this came. What role? We're going to do three cards here, three cards here. What a role you have played in his life, and he knows it and he realizes it. And what role you have played and still playing in his life, but he does not realize it yet. So here he knows and realizes it, 3 cards. Here he does not realize it yet. So you know, my queens, that men are strange, unique beings, because sometimes it takes them 20 years to realize something. Why it is like this, I don't know. In community, those of you who read my post, when a man comes I think it's 22 years after he spent 2 months with this woman, he remembers her every breathing moment. When finally he gets the courage to go to that country, to that city, knock her door, a young girl opens the door, and he says, how can I speak? I'm looking for Alina. I want to speak with her. And she said, Mama died 2 years ago. And she was always waiting for you. And hello, Papa. The girl was, it's a true story. The girl was his daughter. So, and he didn't know about it. So sometimes it takes them, I don't know, sometimes takes them 30 years. Why is that? Why is that? I don't know. They are slow. They are very slow when it comes to feelings and emotions. I don't offer you to look into 30 years. We are looking in a 1 year period of time, 1 year to 2 years, maximum 2 years usually. When you look at the spreads, now when we have Schumann frequency much higher, things are happening much faster. So we are talking about 1 year. So first card, Osho Zen deck, Osho Zen Tarot. What role you played in his life and still are playing in his life, and he does realize it with his mind. It's not his soul level knows it, but his body level doesn't. No, this is, he does realize it and understand it. Second card, he does not realize it yet, but he it will take him time. Let's take a year year period. First, set of card number 2 and set of card number 3. And I'm doing 3 because this way I can explain more and I can tell you more about it. And plus, there are not that many of you, so I can concentrate. So girls, again, set of card number 1, set of card number 2, and set of cards number 3. First will be what role you are playing in his life, and played in his life and destiny, and he knows and understands and realizes it. The first card, we have the deck comparison, the card which is called comparison. And here comes a little story connected with this card. Who told you that the bamboo is more beautiful than the oak or a birch tree? Or the oak or birch tree has more value than bamboo? Do you think the oak wishes it had a hollow trunk like the bamboo? Does the bamboo feel jealous of the oak because it is bigger and its leaves change color in the fall? The very idea of the 2 trees, 3 trees, or 5 trees comparing themselves to each other seems ridiculous. But we humans seem to find this habit Very hard to break. So there is always going to be somebody who is more beautiful, more talented, stronger, more intelligent, or apparently happier than you. And there will always be those who are less than you in all these ways. The way to find out who you are is not by comparing yourself with others. The way to find out who you are, you need to see whether you are fulfilling your own potential, whether you are doing it or not. This, what you have come to teach him, because he might have been that type of parents who constantly were telling him that if you get grades like John, if you are as athletic as Pete, he constantly was compared with someone. He constantly was competing with someone till he met you. Till he met you and you came into his life and you made him ask himself these questions. You made himself ask this question. So what is the point of doing this? You are who you are. This is your uniqueness. So of course, this is significant question if you come into somebody's life and you are making that someone to ask yourself question, who am I? What am I? Why I am here for? This is absolutely magnificent. And this usually, not usually, but always comes with the souls which we have crossed paths before. Only eternal love transforms this type of love. You come to the man, into his life, who used to believe that he must be the best, and then this is only way to happiness. And probably this man has it all. In my own example, the man is the twin flame of mine. You can look at him, he's on the top of the world, pretty much. But his eyes show his inner sadness, sometimes even more than sadness. And you came and this man asked himself question, okay, I have everything. Why am I still miserable? This he realizes. You made him look inside of himself. What he realizes not yet. Second card, what will take him time to realize? Suppression. So he didn't learn it yet. So you see the figure. Let me put it a little closer. Figure on this card, just tied up in knots. His light, you can see it still shines within, but he has repressed his own life energy, his own vitality, trying to meet so many demands and still meet the expectations. And this, we could see that it's something he was doing for a long time. He has given up all his own power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. The danger of suppressing his own energy in this way is apparent in the cracks of eruption. So he still holds himself time. He needs to find healing so his potential can shine fully. He needs to find the way to release whatever tension, stress. Can you imagine the stress to constantly trying to be perfect to everybody? He holds it inside. He's not opening up. And he didn't realize yet that you are the one who can set him free. He needs time to realize that it's you who can set him free. What a powerful message, my beautiful queens. Unbelievable, unbelievable, simply. Nothing, energies of the readings I do here on Patreon, I have to tell you, like, the message is coming so much clearer, maybe because it's, under the 100, it's less than 100 of you in comparison to 85,000. I have something like this. Okay, let's not talk. Let's go to the next. Those of you who chose set of card number 2, what he did realize, what role you have played in his destiny and still are now playing in his destiny in life, and he does realize it. Ripeness. This deck is something, I'm telling you. You see the ripe fruits, the story which explains this card is rather simple. When fruits become ripe, they fall from the trees. They fall by themselves. No one forces them. So one moment we see them hanging by a thread on those branches of the trees, juicy and ripe. And the next moment, those fruit fall. And they fall not because they have been forced to fall, or they made an effort to fall, but because the tree they are hanging on realized, I don't know if we can say the tree realized, but we know that everything is alive. Well, we can say realized or recognized that it's ripe, and the tree lets go of the ripe fruit. So, when we see this card in a reading, it says that the person is ready to share his inner richness, his inner core, the real colors, like in that song, I see your true colors. So all this man needs to do is to relax and just enjoy and be happy in where he is. So what he realized with you coming into his life, what role you played in his destiny, what a role you came and you made him ask himself. You shared yourself with him. You shared, you expressed your feelings, your emotions, your creativity. In so many ways, he saw those beautiful colors in your work, in the way you treated him, in the way you treated other people, in your everyday life. And he saw that you did it effortlessly. You didn't need some special preparation or entourage. You were just like that ripe fruit. You could just be in that moment, just without any tension. So of course, this is something he needs to learn. He realizes it. He looks at you, in you, as if you were the mirror, asking him to realize, listen, just stop and smell the rose. Just relax and look around who you are now, what you are now. Share what you have in yourself without any worries, fears, doubts. And this is what you have to do. but he still has issues with that. He still has issues with that, of course. But you brought such light into his life. It seems like it was dark before, and you came and you started to shine. And you have to understand, the one who lived in cave for many years, it's this light in your heart. You came and you started to shine, and he started to ask himself, okay, how can I do this too? Transformation, the transformational power. You came to change him. Let's see, that he does realizes it now, but let's see what he needs time to realize, what he hasn't fully realized yet, what he needs time to realize. Yeah, maturity, like what else? The boy needs to grow. I hope you can see. Let me put it a little closer. You can see that card clearly. You see the figure which stands alone in this circle. And you can see that the figure is silent, but you can see also the figure being alert. And you see that this inner being, it's like an inner being of him. You see that there are flowers there. You see that probably you can see springtime or summertime. So this inner flowering, it's there, a symbol of wholeness. To feel whole. To feel whole and without making any movements. So this figure shows that you can pretty much move in any direction, make any choices. And the thing is that it's not necessarily you only make moves and choices which are supposed to bring you certain results, especially if we put these two together. So he needs to kind of ripe and grow enough to become this. But you are this. You are this. So the time comes where he learns that peace of just being in a moment. He can have it. He did have such moments when he allowed himself that connection with you. So when you drew this card, this is also the symbol of the gift. This is the gift which is a reward for the hard inner work. So of course the hard inner work and maturity while growing up, he needs time to realize, again, two cards of transformation, but again two cards showing that even though realization are right here, but still that inner work has to be done. And when this inner work is done, this man fully realizes that your love, the way you are, the way you love, the way you share your thoughts, the way you express your feelings, the way you touch, the way you raise your eyes to the stars, the way you quote somebody, the way you love, all that transformation in him started with once knowing you. Don't hear any more messages about this too. So we will do the third set of cards. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Doesn't make sense, girls, please write me in the comments. First card. What he does realize and understand, what role you played in his destiny and in his life. The rebel. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, that is a that is a tough one. So you came into his life, and this is what you this is, girls, what you found, huh? This powerful figure who just considers himself the ruler, the master of his own life, the master of his own destiny. We have, he's holding, of course, a symbol of fire. Right here you see the symbol of sun on his shoulder, the torch he's holding. So it's a very powerful, very, very powerful person. And of course he, interesting thing that not necessarily someone with position in society, could be very often a person with position in society, but he can be wealthy, or he can be rich, or he can be poor. But this is in classical tarot, the Emperor. And the thing is that this one rebels because he at some point did break the chains of either society or some chains with his, which were holding him, or tried to hold him with his own opinion. So he embraced his own truth at the moment, which he thought was his truth. And this is a figure which is emerging from the dark. And he also, you can see that he has the wings. But I suspect we are having a different story here. Classical emperor, which sitting on his throne and obeys the rules, obeys family, religion, tradition, whatever, conservative, and rebel. The idea to rebel, the word rebel, the meaning of this word, the energies came with you coming into your life. It depends on your situation, but we are talking, as we are talking right now, we are reading his energies right now. Either this man already brought himself into this rebellion, did something to break the chains because you were someone who kicked him into, I don't want to be a slave of whatever chains anymore. Either he already did it, or he's doing it right now, or he is thinking to do this. I don't see it already happened. I'm thinking most of them are thinking of doing it, and some of them are doing it at some point right now. But the reason for the rebel were you, because you forced him see things he had not seen before. So you told him, you know what? Embrace the colors of rainbow. Emerge from the dark. You have been spending all your freaking life, and unleash your unconscious, because the emperor is very logical, classical emperor, and very conscious, logical and practical. And you tell him the wings. You know, all of these cards sound true for me. The wings, you got the wings, and go fly in the sky. So here, either he's doing it now, or he's thinking to be doing it. I'm not gonna stay chained to the ground anymore. I have the wings, and I will be flying. He's not rebelling against, pretty much, how to tell you, specific people probably. But he suddenly discovered his own truth. And he's determined to live according with his own truth, but that's not the truth he discovered himself. This is the truth you forced him to discover. Rebel. It's a challenge. And no more cowardice. He no longer can be a coward. If he was acting towards you like a coward, he's being disgusted with cowardice right now. He is ready to break free, because the chains, you see the chains here, the chains, he wants to fly. He wants to fly. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. So he wants to feel his power. He wants to feel, it's a very charismatic type of a person, very powerful, but this is a card of enlightenment. Enlightenment, which comes, and the man can no longer hide behind anything. And this is very powerful, and you were a reason of that. And what the last card, what he needs time to realize, what role you are playing or played in his destiny, but he needs time to realize it yet. Interesting. Number 8, infinity. You know that number 8 is the sign of Lamniscata, which is eternity, the card which is called traveling. I do not know, do you see this little teeny mini figure right here? It's a figure of a person, and all this road and this teeny mini, it's a traveler, it's pilgrim. So this little figure is moving on this road, surrounded by this beautiful landscape. And the thing is that no longer this person thinks about a goal. Where am I going? Why am I going there? What do I need to find there? This is beautiful illustration of the book by Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. So he finally realizes that each step in life is important, not because you must know what exactly you're going to get. And this is obvious, of course, with the emperor, with the control freak who wants to control and know exactly what's happening. But here is rebelling, and he's moving forward. I believe that he's moving towards you. You are there, and he's moving towards you. The journey will take time. This little teeny mini figure has to cross all this huge space. But it's a movement at a time. It's a step at a time. Especially it's true if some of you are on physical distance, because this could be crossing physical distance, but also this is inner movement. So he needs to become ready inside, and then he needs to start those movements inside of him, so then he can start the movement in the physical towards you. So this card, it shows that it shows the person letting go of control, rebellious, letting go of control, person understanding that not the goal, why am I going there, but the journey itself is also very important. Also, emperors are not good with new, embracing new. And here again, he rebels and he embraces new. And you were that one who brought to him a lot of new, which he wasn't even familiar before. Maybe you knew esoteric and he never knew nothing about it, or something else. And though he needed time, then rebel against all that control and those chains, embrace the new. He needs time to embrace the new, to get used to differences. And very often this is a card of if you are in different culture, environment, country, language, it's openness. He needs to realize that he can open himself to you without fears. He can, and you will accept him. Accept him, but he only can do it without lies, without pretense, without trying to control you or himself or the journey you both are walking. This, my beautiful queens, all about this reading. Please write me in your comments what you felt, what resonated, how it was, because I think it was very powerful. I am grateful to you endlessly, and I will talk to you later. Namaste.